with the first episode of Brew Your Mind in the year 2021.
Oh.
What up, Jesse? How you doing today, brother?
What up, Justin?
Woo!
Hey, hello, everyone. Today, I'm drinking a candle. You see that, Justin?
Oh, that's delicious. What flavor is that candle?
It's a candle. Man, that's a good old candle. I'm going to rate it 10 out of 10. It's a Mountain Orchard.
Ooh.
Or orchard, as some of us would pronounce it. I don't know what's going on. Well, anyway, my name is Jesse. Welcome back to Brew Your Mind.
Right.
I promise this week, Justin. Shout out to Sam. I promise this week to bring it. Last week was not my time, dude.
You weren't.
I was just. I apologize to everyone listening. I felt like I barely talked. I didn't know what to do. I was a little hungover.
Jesse and I
my brain was moving like 1 mile per hour. So
yeah.
like, you know how it be.
And we talked about it too. It was literally our first time that we did, all three of us, me, Sam, and Jesse. And it wasn't like an interview, like we were just talking. And then while doing that, it was also our first time using Zoom. So actually like seeing each other and like trying to figure out when we could jump into each other's conversation. So it was a little bit tougher. So like here we are. First episode. Happy New Year, everybody. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had awesome holidays. Thank you for coming back. For those that are regulars, thanks for sticking with us. Those that are new, the guys that just hopped over to check out Brew Your Mind, the time Sam jumped on, thanks for coming back to us and listening. This is great. I hope that we have a awesome episode today for you guys. And if we don't, well, that's just what you're going to get here at Brew Your Mind, We're not hungover.
Yeah.
We're vibing. We're drinking candles, Jesse said. So what are you actually drinking today, though, Jesse? What do you got going on over there?
Well, I got a couple things. It's a little early in the day. It's 1 o'clock here local. But I got myself some coffee, like usual, the Starbucks coffee.
Okay.
And but I got here, I'll show the camera here. This is a local beer, Justin. So
ooh, I'm all about local beers. Compass Rose?
So this is a Service Brewing Company made in Savannah here. And this is a IPA here, made in Savannah. And I think this guy, I don't know if it's a guy, but these people that make it, I think they're veteran owned or something.
Love that.
It's somewhere on there. But yeah, the name is Service Brewing Company, and all of them have like all their different flavors. I saw that they were selling have like some sort of military sounding name. Like this one's called Compass.
Ooh.
Which is kind of, but it's a really pretty can. Anyway,
yeah, I'm here for it.
Pop this top. Oh, let's do it right to the
dude. Yes, I love
microphone. Give a little sip. I will say I've had this one already.
Okay.
But I bought it specifically for the podcast.
Hell yeah, man.
But here we go.
Yeah. This is exciting stuff.
Hey man, that's a great.
Is
one.
it good?
I'm not huge on IPA, but
okay.
That's a great one. You know what I'm saying?
I think what we should do this brand new year of Brew Your Mind is, we normally start off by drinking and whatnot, but there should be times throughout the show where we bring our beers back up, and talk about them a little bit more, because I want to know a little bit about that. That's a really interesting beer that you got. And I mean,
I'll get some more.
Oh, leave the light on. My man, I wish I could have been as cool as you today, because all I have is one of my favorites, Blue Moon. Cheers to all you guys.
If it ain't broke, sometimes you got to throw it back like that, You got to drink those Wisconsin beers sometimes. Where's Blue Moon made, by the way? I've never thought about that. Yeah, you drinking out of a cheese. This is awesome this time because, normally we can't see each other. So it's a total guessing game what Justin's doing visually or what I'm doing until it comes time to... so I can see him now. We're on Zoom and he's just chugging his beer. Out of a cheese wedge thing.
Make sure you guys go over to Brew Your Mind Pod on YouTube and check us out. We drop the video a week after the audio comes out. Brew Your Mind Mondays. So every Monday there is some Brew Your Mind content for you guys. So we try to deliver. You can see our pretty faces. Jesse's looking good over there. Got the pink shirt, flexing the muscles in the tank, living life. What up, though, dude? What up, though? Tell me something, Jesse.
What's on your mind, Grace?
How's life, brother?
Well, I guess everything's okay. I've been really stressed out lately because it's coming close time to this house closing deal.
Oh, yeah.
And it's making me anxious. I don't know. I just feel like I have this thing lately, I guess. I feel like something's going to go wrong. So
I remember that feeling.
I just feel like something's going to go wrong. Like everything's been okay until now. And I'm just like, what am I going to hear back? Like, I don't know.
You got to stay positive. Positive vibes, brother.
I got some coffee over here too. But anyway,
Double dipping.
we got some topics, hot topics. Hot topic. We're going full golf on this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Shoot. Dang it. I meant to write it down. Thought I had something. Oh, dude. The Office.
I knew it.
What?
It's finally happened.
What brought in a new year also left behind The Office on Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you I think the next day I dropped 30 on iTunes and bought the whole series because that's just I had to. I could. I'm not going to get Peacock just for it. But it's the least I could do for all that Office has done for me.
It was only $30.
Only $30 for all seasons, dude. It's such a good deal. And now you can like play it on everything. You know, just
I'm about to pop bottles.
I mean, we already did, but if you want to pop more,
I mean, I feel like I knew that was coming for a long time. The Office thing, like, because every big company is doing their own thing, like Disney Plus.
Yeah.
AMC was trying to do it for a little bit, but you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're just going to pull all their shows, and then we're going to be eventually paying $10 a month for like 6 different things.
No, I agree, and it's just weird. Like, it's like they must have got offered a lot of money. Just like, hey, come over to Peacock. We're going to give you all this money. And
Peacock, baby.
That's what that's
what I love, dude.
That's the name I call them. Peacocks.
Well, shout out to The Office for having such a strong fan base and run. It was always on most popular for all these years.
Yeah.
But we gonna get back to it, you know.
Yeah.
We gotta get back up in that back beat.
What's crazy is like I just saw on Twitter that like Peacock dropped like never before scenes of The Office, and I'm like, how has The Office held on to all this content for so long? And like it's crazy because like they had like a sing along in the bus that we haven't seen before, or a time the Matrix scene with Dwight. I was like, what is this Matrix scene? It's amazing. And man, yeah, I love The Office. Huge Office fan.
I bet that was like a long gameplay.
That's big. That's big.
Releasing,
big brain.
Yeah, if that was the case, or unless this stuff was on, no, it would have been out. It wasn't on DVDs or anything. I don't know. Anyway, that's probably some big brain move. Like, okay, we know we're going to make this Peacock streaming thing, so we're going to hold these. Because I got to have something to bring people to it. But it's not enough, though. Yeah, I feel like I'm just going to end up buying it.
You will, and we'll iTunes and chill together. You know what I'm saying? But hey, last year, this time was like your third, maybe second episode on Brew Your Mind. So that's really exciting stuff. And I remember us last time we talked around this time about New Year's resolutions and if we believed in them. Are you still? What are your vibes? What are you feeling about New Year's resolutions this year? Do you have one? Do you believe in them? Do you think a resolution can happen at any time of the year? Like, do you support people that have like? I just want to talk about it real quick. Just what you got for me, bruh?
Man, go off on it. You know what I'm saying? No, I think 2021. I guess it could be New Year's resolutions, but I'm thinking more in my head, setting really small, obtainable goals.
Love
like
it.
A few. And that's really and what I mean by that is like I want to do more things with. Like taking pictures for clients and doing more Brew Your Mind stuff, like certain ideas we've been talking about, and doing more video work for clients, just being more busy, and of course more music. But it's just like really small goals, you know, like small little incremental things. Like one thing could be like fully making some mugs to sell and get that taken care of. That's like one small goal. I think. Oh. What you got there? Oh, I forgot you had that.
That's right.
That is, if you want to see what Justin's holding up there, you got to go to our YouTube page after this is posted. That looks amazing. I don't have any of this merch.
I got a whole bunch of Brew Your Mind swag ready to go, guys.
Swag. You got to tune in to YouTube if you want to see. Right. Anyway, but yeah, just setting small goals I think is a good thing because I ain't no big long-term goal person. I get
big brain.
Too intimidated. Ain't got no big brain Peacock move.
No, dude, that's really smart. That's really smart for sure. Yeah, I think for Brew Your Mind like purposes, I actually was just looking at randomly, and we just like got some more reviews on iTunes, more 5 stars, and someone left a review and whatnot. I think that's killer. If we can keep those coming throughout the year, it helps expose us and
oh yeah, it's true.
It's awesome. So if you haven't yet, I hate asking this question. I mean, I hate doing this, but if you haven't, go over to iTunes, just leave a review, leave a 5-star. You know, it helps us out. And that's all we ask. If you want to support, that's it. We don't ask for any kind of money or anything like that.
Nah, baby.
We just ask for your love and your
baby.
And your care. And you're
just come on over, listen to us, grab yourself a little drink to wet the baby's head.
Wet the baby's head. Dude, I've been saying that a lot lately. And I don't know why.
You know what's funny is when you said that a few episodes ago, I thought you made that up. And I was like,
no,
that's so
I don't,
Justin.
I honestly don't know where I heard it from, but I just can't stop saying it.
Well, I heard it the other day.
Is it The Office or no?
It was on a TV show. No, it was like, I guess it's a saying for like, I think it has something to do with like, what do you do when you like christen the baby? You like pour wine or something on them or something like that?
Yeah.
Or is it something like that?
Yeah.
It's like some sort of holy water.
Yep.
And I guess that's what I have to look that up.
Yeah,
but I heard that on a TV show and I was like, I don't even think I've ever heard that. But till you said it, and I thought you made it up. And that's what I kept saying. I was like, that's the stupidest, most random thing I ever heard.
Dude, I can't stop
saying
saying
you got to
it.
wet the baby's head?
Every time I'm drinking, I'm like, man, it's time to wet the baby's head. It's like, what?
Man, tell me how that New Year's was. Oh, before you do, funny story. You were in Augusta.
Yeah.
And then like a day later, I went to Augusta.
Dude, talk about a heartbroken.
We just missed each other.
Heartbroken, dude. Just got home that day, and you're like, you're still in Augusta? I'm like, literally just got home.
And then, I was like, we're going there tomorrow.
And then I see your Instagram next day that said Augusta downtown. I'm like, God, I was just there. Like, literally, I had that the noodle place, the Japanese spot downtown Augusta. Soy noodle, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. I love downtown Augusta. Good vibes there. Real good vibes.
It was really chill. There wasn't a lot of people out for New Year's, which is good.
Yeah.
We weren't even down there that long. We left at like 10. We just went to eat and like went to one other little
the whiskey bar
real quick.
That place is good.
Yeah, it was good. Shout out to Augusta. Shout out to Brent. Thank you for fun story. We got a hotel room, right?
Right.
And I guess it was so busy. We went to his house to finish off the new year. It was fun. It was just me, him, and his girl and Katie. Mm-hmm. And it was just us four, like hanging out. He was making drinks. It was fun. And then we were trying to get a ride back 3 a.m. I guess it was so busy. There was like no Ubers. And Brent was like, I swear there was usually like a ton of Ubers and Lyfts.
Yeah.
So we ended up staying with them. And then he gave us a ride back the next morning, like 10:30. And just to get our luggage out the hotel room, we didn't touch the room. We didn't use anything.
Really?
I don't even think we used the restroom or nothing. Yeah, the bed was perfectly made. And I was like, oh, my God, this is what a waste of money.
Nah, dude, that's baller status.
Man, it is baller status. I don't care about money.
That's big brain baller status.
I don't care about nothing.
That's stimmy
checks
checks
yeah, dude,
right
it was a fun time. What'd you do for New Year's?
Went to bed at like 11:30. No, I didn't do much. I actually think I was on the sticks. You know what I'm saying?
Man, now I don't want to talk to you about that. I'm still salty. I still ain't. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know all these times that we keep talking about little Warzone, this and that. Be like, man,
Jesse
I can't wait to play Warzone. Man. Yeah, yeah.
I'm always sending them invites.
And I'm always like, it's going to happen right after this episode. And I'm
playing with Sam the other day.
He's
like, where's Jesse? I'm like, he doesn't want to play with us, dude. He's too good. His KD is out of the roof.
I haven't played that game in months.
Nah, man.
Holidays, last time was with you.
They were great, dude. Yeah, they were awesome. It was a great time. And I tell you what, now we hit this new year, I'm so worn out about everyone talking about 2020 and just glad to be over. It's not like I get why they're they say everything happened in 2020, but it's like just because we hit 2021 doesn't mean things are just gonna magically gonna change. We still got to do our part. And that's what I'm worried about. It's like, oh, it's a new year, a chance for new vibes, and it's like, no, you still gotta
new vibes, dog.
You still gotta do your thing. I don't know. I'm just talking over here. You know what I normally do. Let's talk.
Man, that's what we're here for, rambling.
Let's bring up our topic that you want to talk about today, Jesse.
I want to know what you got for Christmas. Look what I got on my wrist.
Ooh, Apple Watch, fam.
Watch.
Love that.
Well, you know what it is? This is Katie's old watch. I got her a new one.
Nice, nice. That's sick, man.
Oh, I didn't get a Christmas present yet from her,
okay.
And I'll tell you why. I put it on Twitter if you want to know.
Xbox.
Follow me on Twitter, Sailor Jesse. Yeah, she said she ordered me an Xbox. Did I already tell the story?
No, I saw it on Twitter.
No, that was me. She was like, she was dying. She's so curious. She was like dying to know what I got her, and I was like, if you really want to ruin the surprise, I was like, you're gonna have to tell me what you got me first. I don't really care. I can wait, but I gotta see you got to give me something. See how serious you are. So she's like, okay. She's like, I got you the new Xbox. And I was like, what? And I was freaking out, dude, because I was like, how did you, it's sold out. How'd you do that?
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know. She like downplayed it. And I was like, which one did you get? Because I was worried maybe she got like the Xbox Series S, which is like the cheaper one. I was like, I don't want that one.
Yeah.
You know, I want to go hard. You know, go big or go home. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what that was.
We just locked eyes in the Zoom. We locked eyes in the Zoom, and you just brought it home with
I got to look away.
Oh,
It was so weird. I'm glad you saw that too.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, oh my god, we like
Cringe.
matched right there. But yeah, I was like, show me. I was trying to be kind as I could be. I was like, oh, she's gonna feel bad. I was like, show me which one you got, and it was a Xbox One X that I already had, and I was like, oh, you're so sweet. It was so precious.
Oh yeah.
And she felt bad, but I was like, no, it really is the thought that counts.
Absolutely.
And it was so sweet that she thought to do that. And
You kept it right.
No,
I'm kidding.
She wanted to take it back.
Yeah.
We as soon as we got the box, we returned it, got all the money
Yeah,
back.
for sure.
But yeah, that was really sweet. It would have been better than getting the thing
Yeah.
and opening it in front of her and then being like, "Oh, I love it."
You shouldn't have. Seriously, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. Yeah, so that's my story.
I like it, man. Yeah, I got a lot of like golf focused stuff, and I've just been hitting the golf. I golfed a lot in Augusta, by the way. It was great. There's a place. Have you ever heard of Wedges and Woods in Augusta?
No,
It's like a driving range type place. I think I was there like 3 different times.
is it newer?
It might be. I mean,
I don't
it's
think it was there. Well, maybe I'm wrong. It might have been there.
yeah. Went there.
probably was.
And we also golfed down at the river golf course down there in downtown Augusta. That's a sweet golf course. Man.
River
It's like-
golf course.
It's really really nice. I wasn't ready for it, but yeah. Yeah. Here we are, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got through the holidays together.
Wait, I forgot to mention, Jesse and we never exchanged gifts, and this loser, Jesse Gibbs, sent me a Christmas gift, man. If you guys are on YouTube, you can see I'm using a brand new lens, a little bit wider, 10-18 millimeter. Now, I know everything about cameras, so this 10-18 millimeter, I was about to start talking really fast about some clueless things I don't know anything about. But yeah, he hooked me up with 2 lenses, and
Yeah.
oh, look at this sick lens. This is another sick lens. This is for up close, right, Jesse? Like the small ones? No, wider, longer.
That one is not
Faster,
as wide as the
stronger.
one that's on your camera now, but that one's better for, I'd say, like, it's a little bit better for making a little bit blurrier background,
Okay, 24
and it's better in lower light as well.
Dude, see, that's what... I don't know anything
Yeah.
about this stuff, but Jesse hooked me up and he got me a sweet
Yeah.
temperature changing mug from PlayStation. I think it was him. I think he sent it to me to be like, all right, dude, we haven't played any sticks. This is here's a hint that I
Here's
kind
your
of
PlayStation mug.
like, hey, let's make it happen. But
Maybe then I'll get an invite.
yeah, maybe we'll think about it. No, but seriously, dude, I'm kind of bummed because like December is like always like a great month. You know, like I love the vibes around that time, and now like it's January. It's like we got to do 11 more months until we get to that again, and it's kind of sad. But hey, here's to a new year, man. Here's to a new year, crushing life.
Crushing game.
You're gonna be pushing out more music. You're gonna be taking more pictures. You're gonna be.
I'm gonna get everything set up, dude. It's gonna be awesome. Like everything in our apartment still is in boxes and stuff, and I'm ready to get in that house and make like I'm gonna have a specific room because we have a ton of rooms right now, no kids and nothing. So I'm gonna have this whole room just dedicated to podcast room.
Ooh, a podcast.
It's gonna be
room.
set up,
Pee
like
room.
ready to go. It's gonna be like
Where you pee.
this amazing background and like. Maybe we could collaborate on that. We'll make like a matching background.
We talked about this. We'll get the same desk. We'll paint our walls the same color.
We could.
We'll have the same on-air signs.
I don't know. We'll figure that out, boy. But ladies and gentlemen, we got some juicy topics today.
Yeah, let's talk.
Right?
Let's talk.
What was the one we? I think you were about to say it. I'll get my notes pulled up.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We got a few actually.
Yeah, it's good.
wild,
Good. Jesse was like, I love this too. I love when Jesse hits me up and then he initiates like the podcasting day. He's like, hey, when you want to record? And I'm like, oh, Jesse's really he's here to win it. And then he follows up with, I'll prepare something amazing. I got a few ideas. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be good.
What was that? What was that? It sounded like an alarm went off.
Damn window sensors, man. They're fragile. But anyway, so the first thing Jesse mentioned was, is there anything that you're absolutely not open-minded to? And this is good stuff. And since you already have something that you're not open-minded to, let's break it in, Jesse.
Yeah, so I was thinking about, I don't know what I was talking about with Katie. Something about, well, mine is straight up like astrology type of thing. Like you what, man, like you such a Capricorn. You know what I mean?
Dude, I can relate.
You know,
I hate
and so
that
some people put you in a box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I was thinking was, how could, like, what's a topic that you're not open-minded to at all, but you would love someone to try and convince you about.
That's good.
Like, really convince you, you know? Because I had a guy that I met in Arizona, and he did the whole tarot card reading, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I went through it, and he was, like, breaking dudes down. Like, he was, like, doing it for other dudes in our group, and they were getting real emotional. Because to me, I'm like skeptical. I'm like,
absolutely.
All these vaguely apply enough, and all these guys are like getting emotional, opening up about whatever the card suggests. And I was like, that's vague enough.
Yeah.
He goes through doing mine, and it's like, it applies in a general way. Mm-hmm. But I was like, really just wanted to be like, really convinced. Like, I'm not saying I'm better than you for not thinking, you know, I'm not into this or I'm smarter. Because the dude is like, super smart guy. You know?
Yeah.
But like, what is it though? What am I lacking in my brain to be like? Am I lacking imagination? You know, or am I just too jaded or skeptical in life? Is it my own?
It could be your upbringing. You know, like the environment that you've grown up in throughout. I mean, like, I guess you just weren't exposed to that kind of stuff while growing up, and you haven't been around it, and all of a sudden you're around it, and you're like, I have no reason to believe in this. I have. From my own experience, I can't back this up. So I get that, like that and palm reading, all that kind of stuff. It's like,
yeah. I got a question for you.
Oh, hell.
This is one that's more common. Do you believe in ghosts? Don't you hide from me.
I don't think I do. It kind of goes back to I just haven't experienced a moment where it makes me believe in ghosts. Don't get me wrong, like the scary movies that have them, I'm all for it. Like those are, I'm a fan, but I don't have a reason to believe that there is ghosts, you know. And maybe because I'm not in the right places to experience it, you know. People always say there's haunted spots and whatnot, and it's like maybe I'm just avoiding those. But
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man, I'm not a big ghost guy. What about aliens and UFOs?
Oh, okay.
See, I'm not open minded to that. It's like.
I'm not really either, but I'm also like I could see like aliens and UFOs being more tangible of a thing, more of a probable thing than like a ghost to me. Because
so you think there's a better chance to come across an alien or a UFO than there's a ghost?
Yeah.
Interesting. This is good content, people. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe.
Leave a review, please. Excellent ghost theories. Anyway, but yeah, I think like because it's the universe is so expansive.
We don't know much about it.
And like, yeah, it's like, who knows, man?
You look lost. You were looking like off into the corner, like you were.
Well, it's like I was thinking about that footage that they released from the Navy jets or whatever.
Yeah,
that alleged thing. Why would they release that? By the way,
I don't know. What was it last year that had that whole Area 51? Everyone was going to storm it. Was that last year?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. No, year before.
No, that was the year before. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because that was before the COVIDness.
That's right.
Nothing went on like that this year.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of protests and stuff like that, but
True.
It wasn't nothing fun.
Dude.
That was pretty fun of an event, especially being in the Air Force. Like, I remember having someone ask me about that.
Yeah.
Like, I knew something about it, and I was like, no, are you going to get called over there to, like, defend it? Yeah, probably. I can't talk about it, though.
No, I have to kill you if I talk about it. So talk about open-minded. I want to see how open-minded you are, Jesse. So I'm just going to ask you a couple questions, and then these will kind of round out and see actually how open-minded you are. So the first question.
Oh, is this like a quiz everyone can do listening?
No, it's just I Googled some things about open-minded, and it's like 7 questions to 8 differences between open-minded and closed-minded people. So let's see what you are, man. Do you speak and make statements, or do you listen and ask questions?
No, I feel like I usually listen.
Okay. I
don't feel like I'm very opinionated.
Okay. Do you focus...
Unless I'm on here. I fake it.
Hey, that's true. Do you focus more on understanding or being understood?
Man, these are tough because I have to think of specific
there's some deep
situations
stuff.
where I'm like, where understood or understanding.
A closed-minded person focuses on getting its point across, and open mind doesn't. So
right, I could tell which one is which.
Yeah, and that's how.
No, I'm probably more listening or understanding.
I think so too.
But
yeah.
I, even if I disagree with the person, like convincing me they believe in ghosts, I'll just shake my head and be interested. Like, oh wow, yeah. But in my head, I'll still be going, nah. Like I don't care. Like that's their thing. I'm not going to convince them.
No, I get that
they're wrong or what my opinion is.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, there's not many things I'll fight about.
I got you. Yeah,
unless it's like LeBron or Giannis.
Yeah, I mean that's easy. We don't have to debate about that. LeBron.
Hashtag unexpected.
Huh?
Unexpected answer.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, who's the GOAT? LeBron is, but who is the? We're not going to talk about this, all right? So
we'll go there later. Hold on to your britches, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a sports segment here in a little while.
So, are you the type of person that might say, "I could be wrong, but here's my opinion"? Like you're
absolutely
okay, and that kind of reminds me of Oscar, doesn't it, from The Office? Like he's like he always had to yeah, but it's actually this kind of thing. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
But I get that's probably like 98% of the people that even if they're wrong, they're gonna share their opinion and they're not just gonna go down without like I don't know how that makes you closed-minded. If anything, that should be open-minded because you're giving your own opinion and I don't know. It's interesting. Do you ever stop others from speaking? No, right?
Yeah, again, no. All these are making me feel like I'm super open-minded.
No, because this is actually me. This is actually me as I read it. Have you ever waited patiently for the other person to finish speaking, only for them to keep cutting you off every time you speak? I've come across people that like I can't finish what I'm saying, but I turn around and I think about it like this, and
yeah,
I've done it. Like they're speaking so slow, or I know where they're going. That I just want to be like, yes, I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna finish what you're saying, and then I don't know. I get that. I guess that can make me closed-minded in that point.
Oh man, maybe
in that aspect.
I don't know. You just getting to where the getting's good,
This is a good point. This is a good point. It's an effectively fear-induced method of preventing someone else from disagreeing with or refuting what they are trying to say. Really? Really? We're just talking about a whole bunch of open-mindedness over here.
Really?
I love it, dude. I love it.
Oh, man. Keep on keeping on with it. I don't know.
Dude, I am. There's another thing I found on bustle.com, people. Bustle. Make sure you check out Bustle. Give them a review. Karina Wolf, she wrote this article in 2017. 7 interesting signs you may not be open-minded enough. The second point is you resist change.
That's me. That is me.
Same.
I get very sometimes I get a little, I don't like change. And it's like.
And we live in a career, we're in a career that is nothing but change, nonstop change.
We talked about that too. We had a whole podcast about is change is good or is it? Good?
Oh yeah, hey, you guys go back and find the episodes. Good talks.
Yeah, it's tough. Like
change sucks.
Because sometimes, I still hold on to that. I was listening to this podcast the other day, brilliant podcast about Dolly Parton, and it was talking about her big. She had a hit song way back in the 60s or 70s. It was like My Tennessee Mountain Home, and it was just like a very nostalgic song. And obviously that resonates with me. It's like I feel like I hold on to this past nostalgia where I want to get back to that because in the first place, I didn't want things to change. But then life just goes on, and then you're like, what? How do I live in Alaska? Or how do I live here? You're just like, things get out of hand, and then next thing you know, your life isn't that idea of the nostalgia. And so I struggle with that a lot. So I'm not very open-minded with change in a lot of ways because I feel like it's infringing upon this identity or this idea that I liked in the first place. And then it's like changing. And I don't know. I even think in general, people always say change is good. It allows you to grow and blah, 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 blah. But sometimes I'm like, is the strife of changing really ever like always worth it? Is it really
Yeah.
always worth it to get uncomfortable in a new job and just for the sake of being like, I'm growing?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Sometimes I'd argue like I'd be fine. Sometimes I think with just being in a familiar place.
For sure. No, for sure.
For a long time.
And it's a grind for sure to get through that change. And Karina Wolf, she mentions it right here. She says, the scariest change may be, start embracing it by making it smaller variations to your comfort zone. I like that. Once you start seeing how these differences can open up your world, bigger changes won't seem as intimidating.
Yeah.
I like that.
See, that's good. I think what the problem is sometimes is like this last move was like it felt like such a drastic change with so many things. It was you know how it is.
Yeah.
It's just everything at once. New job, new town,
Yeah.
new or no friends, new coworkers. Everything's new. So you're like, whoa, this is overwhelming. So I don't want to do that anymore. But unfortunately, we'll probably have to.
Yeah. No, dude. I attacked it. I attacked the bull with the horns straight up by trying to like buy a house from overseas, not knowing the neighborhood. Not seeing the house in person, not knowing the travel to and from work or what's around it, the amenities, like just straight up doing it. And hey, I mean, I'm blessed that it worked out. But normally I'm not like that. Normally I'm just like, okay, let's roll into this very smooth. Let's not pull the trigger on anything drastic.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
but,
I know that was crazy you did that because I feel like you're a lot like me in a way, like you're very pragmatic.
Absolutely,
and
dude.
like not a risky person.
No, dude, I hate risks.
And so
I hate them.
Yeah. So I thought that was like
Unless I'm dropping Superstore. So,
freeze frame.
That's good. That's good. What else you got, dude?
That's a thumbnail right there.
That's a good thumbnail. You're not curious. That makes you close-minded. Really?
What? Well, I mean,
I guess.
in a vague way, I guess. I don't know.
Or if you're uncomfortable if someone's different than you, that makes you close-minded.
I think a lot of people, in a very like primal way, are like that.
Yeah.
Like you're,
the comfort zone that we're talking about.
Yeah, you're resistant to the changes. You're resistant to
nice French fries.
Comfortable, like, hey, you like that?
Yeah,
You're like resistant to jarring things around you that aren't familiar. I think most people, but I think it's a lot of people acknowledge that is just like not really who you are. It's just like maybe a second nature reaction. And I think if you can get past that, and try and be open-minded about just wildly different cultures and people around you, then you can realize that there's a lot to learn. And then people aren't really that different in the long run.
Yeah.
Not really.
No. And you're hitting it's spot on because like another like point of closed-minded people is like judging how others live, you know, and kind of like comparing to how you live. And if they live differently than you, then it's not necessarily good or beneficial. And that can make you closed-minded as well. It's interesting.
Man, we're doing some wild business today. Look, we're bringing it today.
Talk to me about that beer again. Where was it brewed? Is it brewed in Savannah?
Yep, Savannah.
Do they have a brewery there?
Service
like,
Brewing Company.
Can you go over there and like go to their brewery and like eat and have a beer or something like that? Or
You want me to look it up? I'll look it up real quick.
I'm just really
Hand?
those kind of beers I'm very because we have one here called Props Brewery and it's like veteran and it's local, but you can go there and like eat and chill and whatnot. Super.
Oh yeah, it looks like there is a. Let me double check. Looks like there is a location.
Nice.
I don't know where it's at though. Yeah, it's near the river.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, it's up near the river. Yeah, it's close to downtown. Try it on the river.
Hell yeah.
How fun. So we're going to go there. One
Okay.
day we're going to do a podcast from there.
No, I'm probably going to go to Savannah, and then I'm going to leave, and the next day you're going to be where I was at.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
I'm just going to be in Savannah and not tell you.
Dude, that'd be wild business, I'm telling you. I got something for you.
What you got, man?
It's funny. I was talking to someone the other day. Well, I'm having this, like, I'm coming to a term right now, like, where you think, you know, sometimes you think, oh, I'm good with being a homebody, or I'm good with, like, I don't really need a lot of friends, or I'm good. Like, I'm not nearly as much of a social creature as I think I am. And then you're deprived of it, which I think a lot of people can relate to. I think the past year was a pretty... I mean, obviously, everyone was, like, not hanging out with people as much.
Yeah.
But then this move as well has put, like, made me realize, man, I am way more social because I don't even have any friends here, and I've been trying to make friends. But then I was thinking, I met up with, shout out to Gracie Shepherd. She listens to this podcast, which I didn't
Shout out,
realize she
Gracie.
did. But she's someone I used to know from Augusta years back. So she lives here now. So we met up with her like, I don't know, pretty good ways before Christmas.
Nice.
Hung out and what was I thinking? I don't even know if I was talking to her about it, but I was just thinking, I was like, well, she's someone I know as a friend, but I was also like thinking about all those times when people say like making friends is difficult the older you get, and I don't know why. Why do people say that? Is that something people just say, or is it there is some truth to it? I'm sure, but for me, I don't have a hard time making friends as much. I think what I encounter is people are not as excitable about new friends the older they get, or they just don't make an effort as much, or maybe they're busier too.
That's the hot take I had, and I don't want to offend anybody, but people probably who say that are probably too lazy to actually put the effort forward to make friends.
So that's what I thought.
I don't know if that offends anyone, but hey, I think that's where my mind went when you asked that question. It's like, for those that say that, maybe they're just not doing the actions that they need to do to make friends, and they're just saying, yeah, I'm older now, and I just think it's because I'm not in school and friends all around me that I actually have to put forth more effort to find people and become social. So that could be it.
So I guess it is easier the younger you are, because typically you're in school.
Yeah, and you're just surrounded by people. You have no choice but to make friends. And I mean, our options are limited once we get older because we're kind of like just stuck with the workplace. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to hang out with people from work, outside of work. Because guess what? All they do is talk about work when you hang out. God, I cannot stand that, man.
Let's get it.
I can't stand it.
Let me know.
Hanging out with people from work and then just, so, hey, Fred earlier today, the way the boss came down on him, Jim, you just can't.
Jim.
Come on.
Yeah, they always talk about Air Forcey stuff nonstop. Yeah, it's rough, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, do you hang out with anyone from work?
Honestly, I think that's all who I have hung out with since I've been here. Maybe not people I directly work with, but people kind of within the squadron that I see here and there.
That's not as bad.
So I don't work with them every single day. No.
Yeah, you won't be talking about the exact work stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's hard to avoid that too, because I get into that too. Because like you end up talking about work, and I'm like, dang, I'm being one of those people.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what else to talk about, so you default to it.
Exactly.
But why is making friends hard? Are people just lazy?
It may be. I mean, my social life has sadly turned over to, I don't know. It's not sadly. I take pride in it. It's turned into over the games, over the having been friends with people throughout the world, not just in front of me. I mean, it's a different kind of hanging out. But yeah,
I need more of that. I used to do that, and I felt like that filled a certain void.
It does.
It
does. I can stay home and crack open a beer and not have to worry about anything and hang out with 4 or 5 people.
You're just talking to them.
Yeah, and, it's just conversations that you would have if you were in a bar, and then you just had to worry about how you're getting home.
What do I got to do? Do I need to buy a PlayStation?
No,
to play with you.
You got
that what you need?
You send me the mug. You got to send me a PlayStation. All right, and then we can play together.
Oh man, yeah, it's just funny how much. I'm realizing how that social life, it really is a big deal for me, and I wish it wasn't. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just like a weakness, and it's becoming exposed.
So how do you how do you turn that can you make that weakness beneficial? Can you turn it around to it's a strength of you? What can let's break this down a little bit further. How can we make this social life? I mean, I think we already talked about it. Get the gaming going more, because during the Scott days we were in our prime, right? We were playing with a bunch of people and hang. Oh, Scott especially, because I mean there were so many people there. We were socially, physically hanging out with a bunch of people.
It's an abundance, yeah.
It was abundant amount of people. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
It's okay. I feel like
Justin's here.
I do that all the time, man. That's a tough thing about podcasting. Is like you can't have a moment where your brain just blanks, because you're like, and then after you're done recording, that's all you remember is that moment that awkward pause happened. You're like, how did I let that happen? I'm not a professional. I can't do this podcast anymore. This ain't meant for me.
Only here at Brew Your Mind. Dude,
man.
Imagine recording this podcast when you're 40 years old. How does that sound?
That's the goal, baby. We're gonna have a full team.
It's gonna be great because we're gonna be in Des Moines, Iowa. That's gonna be our headquarters, the Brew Your Mind headquarters.
What? Why?
I don't know. It's just the most random place I could think of on
there
top
it
of
is.
my head. So we'll be in Des Moines,
that.
dude, and then we'll just have this team with us. They'll have the script in front of us. They'll have like a running prompter right by the camera.
Yep.
And then everything will be. We won't have to do any of this. You don't have to edit the stuff. I don't have to edit. We just show up and we talk.
Man, that would be the dream if we did like all we had to do was talk and then just magically it's posted and edited. Like,
and magically, and then
it's not even that much of like hard work.
Marketers.
It's just like you want to do more podcasting, you want to do more topics, but then like work gets in the way, and then your mind's not clear, and then you're like, I had all these ideas, like all these topics that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't even like research enough about that topic.
Exactly, it's just
it takes a lot of work
to dive into it, and like I really enjoy like branding, like on social media, like Brew Your Mind. It's really awesome, but at the same time, it's just it can be time consuming, and I don't know what kind of audience am I trying to reach here with this post, or how, and like I'm thinking like will they appreciate this post? You know, is this pointless? And it's just like I wish I could just have someone like, hey, handle our social media.
Can you edit some teasers or something promotional?
Yeah, you know. But hey, we're doing what we can. Wow, we went sidetracked. Started talking about Brew Your Mind a lot. I apologize. That's
what we got to do. Sidetrack.
Yeah, those that are listening, this is nothing new. That we get really deep about a certain topic, and then we get sidetracked.
Jump off the edge. So how can we be better friends in 2021? Like if we're all craving more of here's my thing. Is often people say, you know, or I'll think I haven't really heard from them, and they were a good friend at the time, or I haven't really talked to them. But then I ain't text them either, and they ain't texting me. But why, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But what can we do? You know, we all having this little void or feeling lonely. A lot of us are. What can we do that feels genuine to be better friends? You know what I mean?
No, I like that.
Maybe just like without being like too much, but like. Maybe just send a text or something.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I was like,
something simple.
The last time that we challenged listeners, it was that pay it forward or pay it behind, pay it back.
Pay the piper.
Yeah, time to pay the piper. No, and people, it was awesome because people were hitting us up like, hey, I just paid for someone's meal behind me. It was like, what? That's sick. And like now, if we could just like tell people to like, just slide in someone's DMs that you haven't talked to in a while. Yeah, it's like friend, just rekindle that friendship because it's sad because I've lost quite a few friendships with like close people. Like at the beginning of the military and like now it's just like all I had to do is and that's what I try to do during Christmas time. Like send Merry Christmas to a few friends I haven't talked to in a while. I'm like, hey, you crossed my mind. I'm trying to rekindle this. And I like that. I like that, Jesse. Try to connect to people who you haven't connected with in a long time and that you've been close with, and you're just trying to get that fire going again, because there's nothing wrong with having more friends, like you don't have to have your circle so small. You don't have to have just your little group of people that you talk to, it's like, there's nothing wrong with it, man. Like, I understand people get busy in lives, they stay one track or on a one track mind.
How do you navigate if, I don't even know if I talked about this. Say you have a friend and you thought y'all were like good friends, but then they unfollow you. Have you ever had that happen? Yeah. I've had that happen 2 times that I can think of.
And like, you take it pretty personal, right?
Yeah, like I don't care about followers or nothing. I don't care about that. But,
no, you care about the person that's doing it. There's
probably like 20 people I would care about over the years.
Yeah.
Or 20 or 30, between 20 and 30, I would think. Like... And I don't even know how I found this out. I think it was like, I don't even know. It's just one of those days, I think. It was just like, saw it on Instagram, like some person unfollowed me. And I was like, at one point, I was like, I kind of understood it, because I feel like, I wasn't being
drifted away.
A friend like how they needed, I guess. But then there's that dilemma, like, do you go out of your, like, friendship threshold to keep that friendship, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, me and you, we don't really require like much of
no,
really too much to be friends. I feel like we're pretty like I I'm not going to say standard guys, but like, because that makes.
But we can pick
someone
up
else
where we left off at any time.
Yeah, it's not. We don't need that much, but there's some guys that require way more, and they want that closeness. They want to text every day or like every few days.
Yeah,
and I'm not one of those. So, should we push ourselves out of that little threshold to meet those people? Because if for me, I don't do anything. I'm just like, this is how I am. If you can't handle me not texting you, that's going to upset you, then we're not going to be friends. And I think that's the right answer. But then at the same time, I feel like I end up hurting people, and I don't mean to. And I really I have a problem with wanting to be liked. And when I'm misunderstood, that's when I get upset. And like people unfollow me, I'm like, what? I thought we were good friends. And then it turns out it's like, oh, I wasn't speaking their language. I mean, should we even like bother to speak people's language? Because I mean, what's the point? There's like millions of people.
Yeah.
And if we're not friends with a few, that's not a big deal, right?
No, I think what's important about that is it may sound selfish, but it's like I don't think it's important for us to speak each other's language, but instead like be open to other people's language, if that makes sense. Be flexible and being able to accept people for who they are, and not like have your hand forced to being okay. You're like this. I need to be like this. And I think that's what happens.
Look at
like
that.
If you're a certain way, the other person is another way, and then you guys are just kind of like hard-headed, like, I'm not going to change my ways, and this guy's this way. I'm not accepting it. But it's like, no, you don't have to be like that, Like, that threshold you're talking about, you just got to be flexible with it, and you got to understand that this person, his strength is talking to me every single day, and my weakness is talking every day. So maybe there's this median, this middle ground that we can find. Let's make this year about middle ground. I don't know why I emphasize that, because that is not a key point to the podcast at all. People don't take a middle ground out of the podcast.
The key point is this went full circle. Justin's open-minded, and this is another thing that I'm not very open-minded to is people's thresholds for friendships. Because I'm like, this is just this is how I am. Like the second I feel like the friendship becomes too much work, I view it as like a negativity.
And you back off.
And I shouldn't because that ends up costing me friends when I thought everything was fine. But sometimes it's like, I don't know which road to go sometimes. It's like, keep your friend group small. But I don't want to hurt anyone.
I'll tell you about roads. Let's
go down it.
The lonely road. Down Boulevard of Empty Dreams.
You see, I think Green Day was on to something when they were singing.
Did I tell you that I was part of a Green Day band, 8th grade talent show? I was the drummer, and we lip synced the whole thing and won first place.
You see, that's why Mr. Phone Buzzing.
Yeah. My apologies.
I could barely hear it. I think that's why we're friends, because I'm a drummer and you was doing that. Let that window going off. Look at there's a party over there. You just looking around. Like,
so damn stupid.
Look, please tune in to YouTube a week after this is posted on podcast streaming services. This is everywhere. We live. If you want to see Justin acting the fool with Mr. Spoon Hands. What is that you got, by the way?
It's a back scratcher I got for Christmas, dude. It's got some bling on it, too. Like, it's got a little ring on it. It's sick.
Oh, man. That's great.
No, yeah, dude. In the music video, we did American Idiot because that was the one song that we just absolutely loved in 8th grade. I guess in the music video, the drummer runs around his drum set, or he did it during a live show. So I did the same thing during the performance. I'm just like going crazy, not touching drums, but although there was a couple, how hard it is to act like an insane drummer without drumming, like without touching the drum set? It's really hard. It's really hard.
Oh, so you
there was a lot of times.
All.
Yeah, no, not at all. The whole I don't know how we won. We just lip sync. But yeah, like I'm going crazy, dude. I'm doing some drummer things. I'm twirling my stick, it's dropping just like that. And
please watch this on YouTube.
I'm hitting the drums every so often, and like you can see like the singers in front of me, like looking back, like, dude, would you quit hitting the drums? You're making it sound bad. But I'm like, I can't help it, dude. I'm just really getting into it. Like, it's good.
Oh man,
just like that.
Dude, I was about to go somewhere with that.
My apologies. I didn't mean to go sidetrack like that. My bad.
There was something that popped in my head.
You can find it. You can find it, dude.
Oh, you know what? You know what was interesting? Okay, here's something else about the last podcast. And I feel like I want to be very apologetic to you, to Sam. I feel like I just did not bring it, and I was really hard on myself. Here's something else there's another question I have for you. I don't deal well with criticism, and I'm trying to shut it out. And I think it's a matter of perspective that you have to train yourself to look at it. So I'm not going to say where it came from, but someone said I talk too much. Or I
in general
have a tendency to talk too much on the podcast. Like I can be a little bit too much. I can run, like I can sometimes ramble a little bit too much, and like it feels like it's just me rambling, talking dumb shit, and then like, which I was like, I don't really feel that way. I mean, sometimes I go on.
I can tell you,
but I don't feel like it.
When you talk and you ramble, this is the podcast. This is what we build it around. All right, because by you rambling in quotations, because it's not like I let you just. Half the time I'll let you just run crazy. It's like a joke. You see me standing by. You see me standing by, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna let him go with it.
Yeah,
and he's running with a joke. It's a joke. But at the same time, when Jesse rambles, it opens up many more doors for us to open, because that is the part of this podcast. We just go around random doors. Without his rambling, this podcast doesn't happen. So I want to know exactly who it is, because I swear I will find you, and I will make you listen to every 42 episodes of Brew Your Mind, and you will be enjoying it.
I'm topping you who it is in our little secret Zoom chat.
I just want to say that I think you're a really nice person that said that. And like, I don't have a problem with your opinions at all. Like I think that they're justifiable, and
no,
not like that at all.
I think spoiler alert. We'll tell everyone who it is. It was my dear fiance, Katie. She was just helping me. She was just helping me in a to make it better. And I think she was just worried that you thought that I took over too much.
I got it. I got you.
And I was like, I don't think so. But anyway, what I was thinking was, okay, now I'm paranoid. And then I was also thinking of other criticisms that I've had.
That was
from
on your mind last episode.
Mm-hmm. Could you tell?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can now.
Well, even Jesse, or not Jesse, Sam this morning, he was like, yeah, where was Jesse's energy last episode? I was really trying to get it out of him, and I was like,
yeah, I could tell he was trying to pull me up, but
yeah, it was
I don't know.
It was new for us, you know.
I felt uncomfortable, and like I don't know. I feel like it's what's tough about some of these people that like come on, they're like performers and stuff and podcasters. Like you have to turn it on, and I just like sometimes it's really tough to. If you're not having a day, like I know some days you're not having a day and you're like, can we just podcast tomorrow? And I'm like, it's perfect. But it was harder because it was three of us and like we all lined up.
Yep.
And it really should have been like me telling you guys to be like, I just know I'm not going to bring it. Like I feel weird and like I'm not in the right headspace and like energy's off and I don't know how to fake it. You know, that's one thing is like me and you, I think we both want to be really genuine and not like a fake enthusiastic person because I hate those people. But,
I like that as a goal for Brew Your Mind in 2021. Let's make sure that we are at our peak performance when we record. You know, if there's a day that I just need to stay. Let's try tomorrow. Let's just be honest, be open, and let's crush it together. You know what I'm saying? Genuine, the genuine.
Well, I was thinking like, so there was that little. It wasn't even criticism from her. It was just like. She knows I want to make this the best and get better and better and better. What can we do? Like planning. I run all these ideas around her. I'm like, we could do this and this. And then when she kind of said that, it made me think, well, is that what Justin's thinking? Like, I want to make sure, like, I don't want And then I started thinking of all the other, like, weird insecurities that I've heard through the years about what people think of me sometimes. Like, I can be a little bit too much. And I started thinking, whoa, am I kind of a spaz? Am I like not aware of how I'm coming across? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's where I was at. But what I was trying to think was, how can I take that criticism and either just shut it out, learn from it, or view it in a healthy way? Because I have a hard time doing that. But I don't think you have a hard time. I think maybe I could be wrong, but I feel like people that are brought up in sports take criticism really well and run with it, because I think that's part of the environment. When you have tough coaches that are like breaking you down in front of everyone, me, I'd be devastated. Like I get like really embarrassed if my boss does that a little bit in front of coworkers and stuff. But is there certain, like, because I feel like you're better with it. Is there a certain mindset that you have about criticism? And, like, do you just shut it out? Or are you fully confident in how you are?
I think
to, like, shut it out.
I think in general, that's a really tough question, but a really good one as well. I think in general, I've just learned to become more and more flexible. But that hurt me in the beginning because even being flexible, I'd have in the back of my mind, like, I don't have confidence in what I'm doing right now, and I'm expecting criticism or negative feedback, but I'm ready to kind of like be flexible and change to what they want to see. And that was perfect, especially in the younger years in the Air Force when you're an airman, and like you're expected to make mistakes and you're expected to grow from it. But like growing up like through the ranks, so that now you're supposed to make a confident decision and support it completely. So I've had to learn from previous, I guess, leaders, coaches of how to be confident, but also being open and not like letting it hit you so hard with whatever. Like most of the time now, if someone gives you criticism, they'll say like, listen, that was good, but like maybe if we did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I'm all open for that, like, and I've gotten better, like saying, hey, I give credit to this person. He helped me do this and that. So I think remaining flexible is the key point for me. And like, it's tough because being confident and flexible is kind of different, right? And as I talked about it, it's like you want to be confident, but you also want to know that if someone has a problem with what you're doing, you have to kind of accept it. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I like the question, though, Jesse. I like the question. And this would be good if anyone's listening right now to this point. We're almost at the hour mark. If you're still listening, if you got any kind of feedback, anything like that in regards to this, what Jesse's asking, we're here for it. Let's start conversations and let's try to, better ourselves. Because, I mean, here we are. We're just talking on this podcast, but we want to better ourselves while we're doing it, too. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle with that.
It's tough
a lot.
Dude.
Like the older I get, the more you think like you're confident in the person that you have become. But then there's still a lot of, I guess we're just talking about comfort levels and like putting yourself out there on a podcast or something. Kind of like, I don't know, like this is kind of exposing yourself. And that's just part of it, being vulnerable, I suppose. What? My internet connection is unstable. Okay, whatever. It fixed itself.
We're back.
Oh, did it mess up?
Yeah, it was frozen for about 30 seconds, but we're back. We're rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling. It ain't no big deal. Hopefully it didn't mess up the video. Dude, I got this cool, I don't know what else to say about criticism, but I got this cool app I told you about. It actually came up on Instagram. And I don't have it ready, but I believe they're sending me we'll do it next time, but they're sending me we're going to have an ad read from them. Poddex, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to read the ad yet because I don't have the full thing that they're going to send me. But I like their product so much. I sent it to you, right? Did you check it out?
Yep.
So they sell physical copies of these card decks. They're just like conversation starters. And they were specifically catered. There's a bunch of different topics, a million. But they specifically make it for podcast. And there's some that are just for interviewing people, like good questions to ask, or some about philosophy, which I like a lot of those questions because I feel like that's the ones we usually end up talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
But I saved a few from all these that I was just scrolling through, and I want to ask you. We could do this at the end of every podcast if you want. Hold on, my camera stopped recording.
You all right?
Got to reach up there because it ain't no fancy setup. But what I want to go through a real quick lightning round of these topics here, and this is what it looks like. It's on my phone. They got an app too. Look at Podtext. I found one here. I already said it earlier. I want you to justify it though. I wish Sam was on here. First pick: Giannis or LeBron?
As what?
Just first pick. I don't know. It's all it says.
All right, Giannis.
Probably a sports person didn't write this.
Probably not.
They're like, first pick. It's like, for what? What you mean?
Of what year? What draft? What we doing? We start a franchise like with? What are you doing?
From their prime or like now? Just
Giannis,
do now. Giannis?
Team Giannis.
Yeah, Team Giannis, dude. Okay, this one says my top 3 goals and what I am doing to get there. You got anything?
We're shutting down the pod like this? All right. 1, get accept OTS. I'm doing the package right now. 2,
OTS is Officer Training School, right?
Yep. 2, finish my bachelor's. Should be done by next spring. I'm taking classes now. 3,
dang, man.
make Brew Your Mind
There you go.
a better product.
Okay,
And continue to improve.
Thank you. I'm glad you put that something that's well, that just made me feel really bad about myself. What? He's over here like, bachelor's almost done, going to commission. You're going to get accepted, no doubt about that.
Nah, dude, we'll see.
We're going to talk offline a lot about that. I want to know what job you want to do. But anyway, my top 3 goals are get in better shape.
Okay.
Get more structured with the photo video thing.
Love it.
And for sure, this podcast, I want to make it into more of a machine somehow.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be like more structured. I'd love for people to be on the team eventually. Obviously, we can't do that now, but
and shout out to Sam for helping us expand the podcast as well, allowing us to be on his page. While I mentioned that, I hope I'm not cutting you off too much, Jesse.
No.
Go to the Dekker Post. He just posted a new post talking about the best message that he's received from a coach. Great article, great insight from him. And then also thanks to him for letting us get on the page. We're on the podcast tab. You can see everything, Brew Your Mind. It's fantastic stuff, so make sure you go check it out. But yeah, Jesse, next episode, I meant to tell you this offline. I guess this is getting back to being more open, I guess, about the podcast stuff. But I think we have a special guest lined up for the next episode, someone that hasn't been on, but we have talked about their stuff quite often. That's all the spoiler I'm gonna get because and Zoom froze again. Okay, we're gonna have to shut it down. That's what you guys get as a spoiler. Not gonna talk about it anymore because Zoom obviously doesn't want us to continue to talk. They are shutting us down, so we'll shut down. That's fine. We got to the hour mark, and you're just gonna keep freezing. That's cool. So, hey, Jesse, you got anything else we're gonna add before we shut down? Because Zoom hates us.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you said. Maybe I guess you recorded it on your end.
Yeah, I got in the audio, but definitely not the video. So
okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. No, we're gonna get off here because it keeps freezing, and it's doing it again.
And it froze again. Okay. Lord. Hey, we're gonna shut it down. Sorry that we're having some technical difficulties. I hope you guys bring in the new year nice and safe. Had a happy holiday. And listen, don't forget to brew.
Don't forget to brew your mind.